Yeah. What's cracking, YouTube? Yes, there's the moment you've all been dreading. I am back. Don't know why I'm doing that. Yes. You can barely see me and I look a bit Italian, but I'm back. Hey, it's me, Mario. I'm not taking the piss out of Italians here, I'm just doing a very bad impression of some brothers. Hey Luigi, we gotta fuck Bowser. That's not entirely funny. That's actually a link to a very old video that I watched many years ago that I now cannot find. Yes, I am back. I am, yes. Now many of you are probably wondering where I've been. And many of you are probably wondering why I've got such a terrible way of speaking. I don't know why I've got such a terrible way of speaking. I don't know why my voice keeps going funny. I don't know why I'm going up and down. And I don't know why I still move up and down whenever I say up and down. Let's just talk a bit lower. No, right, okay. Well, I am back. Once again, with the Renegade Master. Now, so where have I been for however many years it's been? Well, I've had quite a lot of problems in my life that I'm not going to go into too many details of, but one of those problems is A, I've had no internet connection, B, I've been homeless. Yes, you heard me right, I have been homeless. Yes. And C, West Side. No. And C, I've been having one or two problems with my laptop. Now this of course is the same laptop now. This of course is the same laptop I started doing videos on previously after my other one fucked up, after I snapped it over my kneecap because it wouldn't switch on. And so a needle pulling thread, I got a new laptop, which is this Dell Inspiron 1018 blah 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 little notebooky thing, which is about the size of my very old Asus EEE PC thing, which was about the same size, I think. But this one's obviously much better because it's a Dell. It's a Dell. I've always wanted a Dell laptop, and now I've got a Dell laptop. The only thing wrong with it is the top is pink. Boy, you didn't need to know that. Then again, I probably already told you that in the previous video, but I can't remember because that was 3 fucking years ago. Now, as I say, I am back, and I've been having a few problems with this laptop, which I've barely, I think, sorted out. I'll find out when I watch this video about myself. I'll see if it's actually working properly. Because one or two of the problems I was having over the last 2 or 3 years, especially quite recently again, was that my audio system kept deciding it wasn't going to work. The speaker still worked. The audio jack still worked. The problem wasn't even the drivers. No, even though I replaced the drivers for no reason at all, which took restarting fucker twice, and it wasn't even that was a problem. No, the problem was of course that one of the things that is a prerequisite for the Windows audio device working was not working, because there are 2 devices that are prerequisites, those for the Windows audio device working. I can't remember what they're called. One's a system of 3 letters, I think, and one's called multimedia something or other device. And both of those got to be working before Windows Audio will work. And the one that was a 3 individual letters, it was working. And the one that was multimedia, whatever it's called, had decided it was not going to work, and so the Windows Audio wasn't working, and I had to Google it and everything and try to find out what the fuck it was, and sorted that out. And then I had problems with my webcam software, because I only have the built-in webcam software, because I haven't downloaded voted any yet. So I can't do any of those interesting special effects that I used to be able to do. Like in the video I made a while ago, where I put like snow falling from the sky and settling underneath me and all that sort of stuff. Can't do any of that at the moment, because I need to find that and download it again. But everything else that was on this system, that I put onto this system, is still here. We are the people of Zion, and we are still here! Yeah, I've been watching The Matrix. I do apologise. Why am I apologising for that? I have no idea. It's too late anyway. It's too late to apologise. Yeah. So, in 3 years, quite a lot has happened with the world, and quite a lot has happened in this country. We voted to leave the EU for some reason. I didn't vote because I had a problem with voting. Not that I don't like it or anything like that, but something restricted my ability to vote, so I didn't vote. But I would have voted leave, because now a lot of people make big statements about why they'd vote to leave or why they'd vote to stay, blah, blah, blah. But basically, the reason I would vote to leave is because, quite simply, Lee Max got mud on his face. No, that wasn't the reason at all. Sorry, I'm watching, not going out with the sound off. That sounds like a really weird program, doesn't it? Not going out with the sound off. Now, the reason I voted leave, or would have voted leave, sorry, is because when we first joined the European Economic Commission, or whatever the fuck it was called, 30, 40 years ago, we joined a very specific thing, which had very specific things that we were going to do and that they were going to do, and we were going to work together, blah, 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 blah. But over the years, it changed and became the European Union as we know it today. Now, the people of this country did not get a say in whether we still stayed in this thing, or even if we joined it in the first place, as it made all these different changes and tied us more and more into the EU, right, and forced us to do all kinds of things that we didn't want to do. And voting to leave within its head allows us, right, to undo things that we didn't want to do in the first place and go back to doing things our own way. I pointed in the wrong direction. Look at the camera there. You see, when this Brexit campaign was going on a couple of years ago, the Remainers were trying to tell us that, you know, we'd have economic instability and the price of the pound would drop to nothing, and what are we going to do without all these things that we get from the EU? Oh no! But the only reason, I mean, some of those things did happen. I mean, the value of the pound did drop dramatically. But that wasn't because we voted to leave the EU. No, that was because of all this, oh no, the pound's going to go down. So people started taking all their money out of the pound in the currency exchange, that sort of thing. And so the value of the pound did go down. Well, he's got an interesting name, Morris Chestnut. Oh, I'm going to roast him on an open fire. No. So, a few of those things that they said were going to happen did happen, but a few of the things that the leavers said were going to happen did happen, and a few things that none of them said were going to happen have actually happened. One of the things that has happened, which is really good, is we finally get to take control of our waters. Now that may sound a little weird to you, but when I explain, you might see where I'm coming from, which of course is my penis. No, I'm not showing you that, because I won't be able to put this video on YouTube otherwise. Well, let's make it educational. You see, while we were in the EU, technically we're still in it, but we're supposed to be leaving. Yeah. Let's have another referendum. No, let's not have another referendum. We voted to leave, get the fuck out! Now, while we were in the EU, we had to A, let other countries, and there's a companies in, let other countries fish in our waters. And we had to fish to an EU quota, which meant, believe it or not, it meant we were overfishing certain types of fish. And those are the certain types of fish that you usually find in your local fish and chip shop. Cod, haddock, plaice, that sort of thing. You know, when you go down to the fish and chip shop and you go, I'll have a piece of fish and some chips, please. And they go, what kind of fish do you want? Cod, haddock, plaice. And you say, I'll have cod, please. Right. You see, we were overfishing these fish, you see, and now we've got to take back control of our own waters again. We can fish slightly less, and the populations of cod and haddock and plaice can go back up to the levels it was before we joined the EU. Now, one of the things we also get to do, if we really want to, after we've been doing it for quite a long time, is we can now stop farming rapeseed oil. Now, there are many claims about rapeseed oil, you know, about how good it is for you and all that stuff. But there's also many claims about the bad things of rapeseed oil, and one of them is that the plants that rapeseed oil comes from, which is oilseed rape or something like that, which just sounds like a really bad thing to do. Why would you rape an oilseed? But apparently the plant, because it doesn't belong in the ground in this country, it's screwing up our farmlands, apparently. So now we can go back to just growing whatever we want to grow, you know, instead of growing rapeseed oil. Although we might not be able to do that, because if we take all the rapeseed oil plants out and start trying to grow what we were growing, they might not grow, because rapeseed oil apparently sucks up a lot more nutrients from the soil than regular crops do. So we might not actually be able to grow our own proper crops anymore, you know. But who knows, right, you see. And a couple of the other, there's lots of benefits and drawbacks from leaving the EU. I mean, we lose being in the single market, but we gain the ability to make trade deals with other countries. I mean, I think some of you out there might actually correct me here if I'm wrong, but apparently we've been offered a trade deal from America, and apparently we've been offered a trade deal from China, and apparently we've been offered individual trade deals from places like Germany. And of course we've still got the British Commonwealth, for a start, which no one mentioned during the whole Brexit campaign, you know. All the Remainers going, oh no, what are we going to have the single market, what are we going to do? We've still got the fucking Commonwealth for a start, which I think includes Canada. No, does it? I'm not sure. I know it includes Australia and New Zealand. I know it includes any flag that's got the Union Jack in the corner. That corner, this corner. Whichever's the left. Oh no, we're not supposed to call it Union Jack, it's the Union flag. Fucking political correctness, you know. Political correctness is getting worse, I'm telling you. Do you know? I mean, I know I was talking about Brexit there, but I'm finished talking about Brexit. But did you know that political correctness is getting so bad we can't even teach our children bar fucking black sheep? I mean, that was a staple nursery rhyme for many generations. And now, because the word black is in it, which might possibly, just in a very small way, offend someone who is black, we can't say black sheep. Now why, yo, would a black person, as in a black human being, be offended by the use of the word black in a nursery rhyme about fucking sheep? Not about fucking sheep, because that would be very weird, wouldn't it? I like to fuck sheep. Let me hands through there. Well, sometimes they just need to be pushed through the fence. No! No, right, but political correctness is getting worse. We can't sing Bar Bar Black Sheep. Humpty Dumpty could be put back together again, because the idea of the fact that it can't be put back together again might scare children. Apart from the fact it's a giant fucking egg with a face on it, which is going to scare children anyway, it might scare children if it couldn't be put back together again. How do you put an egg back together? I mean, come on, what are you going to do? Fucking glue the shell up? Smap it in sellotape? It's a film. It's a book. It's a book! Sorry, I'm Canadian. Or was that Scottish? I know Scottish people that say book, and I know Canadians that say book. But can you tell me who? Who wrote the book of love? No. In all seriousness, let's stop fucking around with things because of political correctness. If I want to sing Bar Bar Black Sheep, I'm going to fucking sing Bar Bar Black Sheep. Okay? Right? I have never, ever, in the 31 years of my life, sung Bar Bar Black Sheep and had a black person watch me go, that's offensive. You're offending me by using the word black. I mean, you got to call them black anyway. I mean, technically they're not black, they're brown. Some of them are black. No. Like, somebody fucking man does it. I mean, like, and whoever said Humpty Dumpty was a fucking egg anyway? It was a cannon. Humpty Dumpty was a cannon. It was a really big cannon that was mounted on a big wall somewhere, and the wall was hit by cannon shells from other cannons, of course, and the wall collapsed and the cannon fell down and smashed. Boom. See, simple, right? And obviously all the king's horses would not be involved, but all the king's men would not be able to put the cannon back together again without a serious amount of help and some new wheels. Now, I mean, whoever said Humpty Dumpty was a cannon, was an egg anyway? I mean, here is the pinnacle of political correctness gone mental, right? They are remaking the film The Dam Busters. Now, we all know the story of the Dam Busters, 617 Lancaster Squadron from Bomber Command, right here in Lincolnshire, which is where I currently am. I'm still in Lincolnshire. Went across in Lancasters and bombed a few dams in Germany. They were meant to bomb about 6 of them, but they didn't get them all. Right? During World War II, and they were called the Dam Busters. Right? The leader of the squadron was called Guy Gibson, not to be confused with Guy of Gisborne, who was the Sheriff of Nottingham's cousin in one of the Robin Hood films. No, Guy Gibson was the squadron leader. Now, Guy Gibson had a dog, a black dog, and his dog, believe it or not, for whatever reason, was called Nigger. His dog was called Nigger. It was the name of his dog, right? They're remaking the Dam Busters, and they want to change the name of the dog from Nigger to Blackie, because they feel that a dog called Nigger might be offensive to black people. Now, I know quite a lot of black people in this country and in other countries who have watched the Dam Busters, the very first Dam Busters, right, with his dog called Nigger, and have not been offended at all by the fact that his dog is called Nigger. So why do we feel the need to change the name of the dog? It's a fucking dog. I mean, I can understand if the dog was called Cunt or something, you know. I mean, they're saying, oh, well, if we change the name of the dog, it doesn't really make too much difference. The dog is not really pointing to the story, blah, 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 blah. The story is actually about the Dam Busters, right? The name of the dog isn't important. Well, if the name of the dog isn't important, why are you fucking changing it? That's like saying my computer mouse isn't important, but I'm going to buy a new one. It's like saying health and safety isn't important, and then a brick falls on your head and kills you. I mean, if it's not important, those two words, not important. If it's not important, why feel the need to change its fucking name? It's not important. So don't change its name. I've never met a single black man or black woman who is offended by the fact that there's a dog called nigger. I mean, political correctness in this country was going like that for many, many years. I mean, there used to be a TV series many years ago, I think it was even before I was born, with a character called Alf Garnett. Now, some of you older viewers might remember the name of the programme. In fact, there was two different series, yeah. There was In Sickness and Health, and there was Till Death Us Do Part. And it was Alf Garnett, and one of his neighbours, I think it's the person who lived upstairs, was a young black guy. And during that programme, I mean, he was fucking racist. And he was bigoted and like a complete arse, basically, right? And that's what made it so funny, right? But I mean, like, the black guy would be calling him names, and he'll be calling the black guy names. And at one point, or several points, during whatever episode it was, he does shout out at one point, and don't you go playing all your bloody nigger music! Right? Nobody had a problem with that back then. If they put it on now, probably no one would have a problem with it now, because it was made many, many years ago, right? I mean, technically, the word nigger itself is not an offensive word. It can be used in an offensive way, as with other words. I said the word cunt earlier. I mean, if you use cunt in its correct way, it's just female sexual organs. It's a slang term for that. But you can call someone a cunt, right? And then it's offensive, you see. As in, you're a cunt, you are. Right? But the term nigger was mainly used, I could be a little wrong here, maybe someone will correct me, but the term nigger was mainly used between black people to each other, and it meant something like mate or pal or that sort of thing, you know. Like, just so that I'd walk down the street and go, alright mate, you know, they'd walk down the street and go, hey, what's up my nigger? They're not asking you a question of what's up there, nigger. They're just basically asking how you are, my mate. How are you, my mate? You know, what's up, my nigger? And you'd see it on films, you know, you'd see it on films where, like, you get, you know, whatever films with black people in. I can't think of a single one where anyone's actually said that now, even though there are several, and I've seen them. But I mean, I've seen films where, Rush Hour. Jackie Chan and that fucking annoying black guy, what's his name? Chris Tucker. Right. Chris Tucker walks in to a black sort of club or something, and he walks up to the barman and he says, "Hey, what's up, nigga?" You know, and they shake hands or whatever, or something like that, right? And then Jackie Chan sits there when he's gone in the back. Jackie Chan sits there and goes, "What's up, my nigga?" It's quite funny. But I mean, as a word, it was basically just a friendly thing to say, right? The way white people use it towards black people is offensive, right? Because we use it in a sort of derogatory fashion. I mean, you could use any word in a derogatory fashion. I've been called a white English bastard by foreign people several times, right? And that's actually offensive and racist. But they never get arrested for it, which fucking annoys me. But if I punched a cunt, that's racially motivated assault. Well, that one out. But if he punches me while calling me a white English bastard, right? That's just assault. But if I punch him while saying nothing, that's racially motivated assault. Just because he's foreign. No, right. But political correctness is getting worse and worse and worse. And someone told me a joke about it a couple of weeks ago. I'm not going to mention this person's name, but if they ever watch this video, I'm using your joke here, I'm telling you. Right. The joke goes like this. Due to political correctness, Dick Van Dyke has had to change his name to Penis Van Lesbian. Yes, that's just funny, isn't it, right? I mean, that's literally how political correctness is going in this country. I don't know about other countries, but for some reason in England, we want to make every English person, and every person who's not English, politically correct. Now, who decides what is politically correct? I mean, can you imagine them sat there in the House of Lords or whatever, you know, or the House of Commons, right? You've got the House of Commons, you've got Theresa May. Should we talk about Brexit? No, I want to talk about people saying bar black sheep. Right, because I think it's offensive. And then the black guy in the corner who's the MP for fuck knows where, stands up and goes, "You what?" Yeah, I think bar black sheep's offensive. Who is it offending? That the way he's got a stutter. Who is it offending? Well, it's offensive to ladies and gentlemen who have trying to be politically correct here. It's offensive to ladies and gentlemen and boys and girls who may have dark skin. So you're saying that the song Bar Black Sheep is offensive to black people? Yes, I believe it is, yes. Well, darling, I am a black person, but I'm not offended by Bar Black Sheep at all. So, well, let's put it to a vote, shall we? Right? All those who believe that Bar Black Sheep should be changed to something else, raise your hand. You can imagine them all raising their hand, right? I mean, that would be a fucking weird meeting, wouldn't it? I mean, who cares about political correctness? I mean, we're getting to a point now where you can't say anything to anyone in case it might be offensive. And it's not just that. There's other things that are going wrong as well. I mean, the way we talk to people in this country has changed so much. Not just as in like it's all gone online and that sort of thing, even though it has, and it really annoys me. The amount of times I've nearly knocked someone down because of queuing and their phone to look where they're going. But I mean, ignoring that, like, the way we talk to people and the way we interact with people has changed so much in this country over the last 5 years. I mean, right now in this country, like, I could walk down the street and see a couple pushing a pushchair with a small child in it, right? I would be less likely to have a problem, right, if I leaned down at the child in the pushchair and said, "Fucking hell, he's an ugly little fucker, isn't he?" Right? Because if you lean down and say something like, "Oh, isn't he cute?" Ooh, you get some funny fucking looks then, mate. Are you some kind of pervert or something? No. Why you say my baby's cute? Because that's a nice thing to say. 10 years ago, you could walk down the street, you could walk into someone's pushchair and you could go, "Oh, isn't he cute?" Or "Isn't she cute?" You know, not always a boy, right? Yeah, but nowadays you do that, you get funny looks and all that sort of thing. And I tell you how much more worse it's getting, right? I went to this little group once. I won't tell you where, because it doesn't really matter. But I went to this group once. There were 6 of us there, and the person asking the questions. Now we're just supposed to answer the questions, and then if none of us get the right answer, we are told the right answer. And one of the questions, and I always remember it, was this: if you're walking down the street and you see a lost child, what do you do? Now there were many different answers given, all very interesting answers, and I said, well, I'll give an answer, I can't remember what it was. I think I basically just agreed with the person to my right, I think. I was about in the middle. I was like, oh, that's about right. And I was trying to formulate a better answer in my head, but I couldn't, so I said, oh, I'd probably do what you just said. Yeah. And then they told us the right answer. So imagine yourself in this situation. You're walking down the street. The street is completely deserted. Except a child. Possibly across the road, possibly on the same side of the road as you, whatever. Right? And they are lost. Right? And they are crying. And they are worried. And they don't know where their parents are. And they don't know where they live. And whatever, whatever reason they are lost. Right? And the right answer, apparently, is walk off and leave them. What? Walk off and leave them? Oh, I mean, when they told us, that was it. I'd answered all these questions, and this was like the one that took the biscuit, because all the answers they gave as the right answers to these questions were fucking ludicrous. And this one just took the biscuit, literally took the biscuit. And I thought, no, I'm not putting them up with any of this crap anymore. And I said, look, you do not fucking walk off and leave them, right? Because A, they might then get kidnapped. Right. And who was the last cunt to see them alive? You! Which means either the police are going to come straight to you, or you're going to feel very fucking bad if it's on the news 2 or 3 days later that that exact same child that you walked up and left has been found, murdered and had all sorts of things to do. I said, no, what you do, right, is you stand somewhere relatively close by, but not too close. Right. And then you either A, wait, if you're a man, you either A, wait for a woman to wander by and attempt to enlist their help in getting this child back to his parents, right? Because then it's not some total strange guy with a child walking down the street, because that's the whole point of this leave it alone answer. It was like, you look pretty weird walking down the street with a kid that's not yours, and people will think, oh, what's you doing? Yeah, because that's the sort of world we live in for some reason, right? That's to say, you wait and either enlist the help of a female, or if you are a female, enlist the help of a male, or another female. One of the, well, it doesn't really matter, right? But if you're a male, don't enlist the help of another male, because that looks even weirder. And or you stand somewhere where you can see the child and make sure it's not being taken off anywhere, anything like that. And you pull out your phone, which every fucker carries anyway, right? And you call the police. And you say, hello, my name is such and such, I'm on blah blah road, and I think there's a child across the road who is lost. Could you send someone down immediately, please? But you don't do it in that voice, because you sound like a total dip. Right? And that's basically what you do. You don't just walk off and leave the poor little fuck. I mean, and the person who asked the question, right, reacted to me saying that as though I was a fucking dumb shit. It's like, no, that's not what you're supposed to do at all. I said, well, think of it this way. What if it was your fucking kid that was lost? Right? Would you not want me to help your child, or would you want me to walk off and leave the poor little fucker to be kidnapped and murdered and raped and God knows what else? What would you prefer? Would you prefer them to be helped and possibly come home nicely and safely? Or would you prefer to find out in a few days that your kid is fucking dead? And they couldn't answer that. Now, even though in this group we weren't supposed to ask questions, I thought I'd ask one. Now, 6 of us in the group and the person I'm asking the questions, right? And I leant forward and I said, here's one for you then. I know we're not supposed to ask questions, but I've got one. What'd you do if you're walking down the road and on the opposite side of the road there's a couple arguing, male and female, right? Just arguing, shouting, swearing, calling each other, God knows what, right? And then for no reason, out of nowhere, the guy smacks the woman. She didn't hit him first or anything like that. He just hits her. What do you do? And then afterwards I'll tell you the right answer, right? all the other 5 people in the group said something along the lines of, I'll go across the road and smack the bastard. Right? The person asking the questions said, well, it's nothing to do with you, don't get involved. And I said, well, the right answer is, you go across the road and smack the bastard. Because the one thing that would instantly make me jump into any situation is if a guy hits a girl for no reason. She hits you first, I don't give a fuck, hit her back, you know. Women campaign for equality, but they only seem to want the good parts of equality. Well, you should get the bad parts too, right? I mean, we don't have to pull your fucking chair out when we're at a restaurant. We don't have to hold the door open for you just because you're a woman, right? We don't have to let you win every argument just because you're female. And we certainly don't have to refrain from hitting you if you hit us first, right? Okay, right? If you're a guy and a girl hits you, right, you react just the same way you'd react if a guy hit you, right? You fucking smack the bitch. Basically, like. But I mean, if you're just one of these guys that just like slaps your girl for no reason or punches your girl for no reason, right? Then all of us in this group basically all agreed that the person should go across the road and crack the cunt because he hit a girl for no reason. And the examiner was like, no, we don't do that, you don't get involved, nothing to do with it. I said, well, bollocks! Right? There are certain situations in which you have to do the right thing, and sometimes doing the right thing is not doing the legal thing. Now, of course, if you just walk off, in that situation, if you just walk across the street and smack the bastard, yes, you're being chivalrous and you're coming to the lady's rescue, blah, 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 but you have just assaulted someone, basically, right? And if he wants to, he can have you arrested. But he's probably not likely to, because then you can say, well, when the police turn up, you can go, well, the reason I hit him, perfectly willing to admit I hit him, okay? Right? The reason I hit him, because he hit this young lady. And when the police take a look at her whacking that fucking black eye or whatever, they'll go, is that true, madam? And if the girl's smart, she'll go, yes, it is. Right? Or if the guy's stupid, he'll go, yeah, so what, are you joking? Like, did you really just say that, you moron? Never admit to something. Unless you're really, really sure that you're going to get fucked over for it anyway. And for those of you who are wondering what those things are, they are pictures of famous women that I've written to over the course of many years and got them to send me signed photographs. Anyone could do it, you know, and it's not creepy or stalkish or anything like that. You're not writing to them saying, I'm in your back garden and I'm wanking over your face, like, or asking for their address or anything like that, or asking them out for a date or whatever like that. No, you're just asking, you're just telling them what a wonderful actress or singer or whatever they are, and asking for a picture, and they'll very happily sign a picture for you and post one out. And I mean, some of them will sign it personally, and some of them will have like already pre-signed them. I mean, the one all the way on the right there, the smallest one, she personally wrote that one out for me, and all the rest, I think, are either pre-signed or have just been signed with their name, basically. But the one, the tiny little one there, she personally signed it with my name and everything. Yeah, to Daryl, best wishes or whatever, you know, I can't remember what it fucking says. With love or something like that. And you can't see them all actually, but there we go. I've got more, but I can't find them. And so, I mean, the world's been getting a bit fucking crazy in the last few years. It has. But I mean, ignoring all that and getting back into recording videos is something I really want to do. Now, so what can I upload is a question that's probably forming on most of your minds at the moment. What's he going to be uploading? Well, I'm going to be uploading the same sort of stuff I usually upload. Duh. I have, on this laptop, I have Star Trek Enterprise. I have my SNES player and my Sega player. I have various proper full-length computer games, and I will be recording them. Because my laptop, this one, is Windows 7, I can use a slightly different version of Flaps, which will record the entire screen, which means I don't have to use Cam Studio anymore, right? But it will record the entire screen, whereas before it would record only certain games and not others. Now it will record all games, because I can just set it to record the screen and the game will fill the screen anyway. So there you go, boom, done. So I can now play and record whatever fucking game I feel like, whereas on my older laptop I couldn't. So, and it helps me to record things like Warlord's Battle Cry better, because Warlord's Battle Cry I was recording on my last laptop with Cam Studio, because Flaps wouldn't record it, and certain other games would slow down to almost like 1 fucking frame a second. If you watched any of my later American McGee's Alice videos, you will see just how fucking tedious it was to try and make a single fucking jump, and that's because my frames per second while recording with Flaps would drop down to like 5 frames a second. I couldn't see what the fuck I was doing, and so trying to make even a simple jump was like fucking doing brain surgery on a rocket. And for those of you who remember any of my old videos, I've made that joke before. I think it was a video about relationship criteria. I think the video was called Bullshit Relationship Criteria. But I have got myself a nice place to live after being homeless. I did say I was homeless for a while, didn't I? I've got all my stuff. I've got my laptop, I've got my computer over there, I've got my television here. I'm going to attempt in some way or other to put a feed from things like my Xbox and my GameCube and my PlayStation into my laptop or into my computer, and record direct. There's 1 or 2 ways I can do that, if I can get the required parts, rather than pointing the webcam at the screen like I usually do. Until then I'll probably carry on pointing the webcam at the screen, or just record less of those types of games. It's been a while since I played most of the games. I've become very, very shit at Star Wars Battlefront at the moment. I keep dying too often and I'm losing all the command points. And I don't know why. Well, you know. But I mean, I've still got quite a lot of games on here, and I should be downloading more as and when possible, and that sort of thing. And I'll be recording as much as I can, basically, once I get a proper internet connection sorted out. Might see if I can't get myself some Wi-Fi or something like that. Who knows? And so I'll leave you at the end of this video, right now. This is the end of the video. I'll leave you with a joke. Always keep them laughing. Right. I say it's a joke. It's also somewhat true to a specific type of person. And if it's true to you, then obviously you're that type of person. Right, so. Why did Jesus cross the road? God knows. Yes, you see, that works on 2 levels, right? You see, it's God knows, as in like fuck knows, who knows, nobody knows, whatever, you know, as in like you've asked a question no one knows the answer to, right? And it's also God knows, as in God knows. If you're a Christian, God knows everything, doesn't he? So God would know why Jesus crossed the road. So why did Jesus cross the road? God knows. Try using that joke yourself next time you go to church. And stay tuned to my YouTube account. I'm still not saying channel, you notice. No, fuck off Google Tube. Stay tuned to my YouTube account. And look out for some more videos coming very soon. And with that, I'm going to click stop. And hopefully, the video stops. Bye bye. Don't know why I said that like that. Bye bye. Let's talk lower. Let's talk higher. Oh, it's very bad quality. Do I look Italian? Ba-ba-da-boopy. Boop-a-da-ba-ba-da-ba-da-ba. Peter, what are you doing? I'm speaking Italian. Peter, you can't speak Italian just because you have a mustache. Of course I can. Look. Ba-ba-da-boopy. Here-ba-da-bee-ba-da-ba-bee-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-boopy. Yeah, I watch Family Guy too much. I do apologise. I don't know why I'm apologising for that. Family Guy, much better than the Cleveland Show. And if you disagree, there's something wrong with you. Well, yeah, I'll see you in another video very soon. Or you'll see me in another video very soon. I won't say you, will I? No. You'll see me, or you might see what I'm doing. And if I can sort it out, you might see both.